Hi, Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. I want to discuss how to learn about the bowling ball positive axis point. Now, if you are experienced bowlers and you skilled players out there, sometimes there's some confusion about the meaning of the positive axis point, PAP as it's commonly referred to. And let's talk a little bit about that. Simply, when the bowling ball is delivered, it will revolve around an axis known as an axis of rotation. And at the ends of that axis on the surface of the bowling ball are the negative and positive axis points. The positive axis point is the most important one in deciding on a drilling layout pattern when you choose a new bowling ball and ultimately in achieving the ball motion that you might seek. So when you're discussing that positive axis point with a pro shop, or if you're trying to learn more about it, specifically where it's located on your ball surface is determined by your release. You control your own release. Some bowlers have more axis tilt than others. It all depends on your hand action at the moment of release, and that will determine about how much you can make that bowling ball flare. Now, when we look at the surface of a bowling ball as it rolls down the lane, you'll notice the ball will come back to you through the ball return unit, and you'll see rings of oil on it. And these rings indicate how many times the ball makes contact with fresh oil on the lane surface. So your pin location, with respect to the differential, the core design, are those ratings determine how much your bowling ball will flare. And the flare potential is really hook potential, isn't it? How much the ball will hook from the break point to the pocket. So the flare potential that produces the sharpest angle of entry for your bowling ball as it reaches the break point and travels to the pocket, and the minimum flare potential will produce a modest hook from the break point to the pocket. Maximum flare can be when you place your pin about 3 to 4 inches away from your positive axis point in the drilling layout on the surface of your bowling ball. And the minimum flare potential, the pin could either be 1 inch or maybe even 6 inches away, but away from the 3 to 4 range. And that will tame down the ball reaction, and you won't get quite as much of flare on your bowling ball on the back end of the lane. Now, it's important that high rev players create a lot more axis tilt than lower rev players, and because of that, because there's so many styles and so many releases by all you bowlers, drilling a new ball with reference to your positive axis point is crucial to achieve the motion you seek, and you really need to collaborate with your pro shop operator, do some experimentation. Heck, while you're here at bowlingball.com, you might want to look at the drilling layouts features, because we have so many different layout patterns manufacturers recommend for all the various bowling balls available to you. It'll give you some ideas that might best match up for the way you roll the ball. Anyway, we hope some of these tips help you. I guess what I'm trying to get you to do is start learning a little bit more about the bowling ball and about layout patterns and about what works for you, your ball speed, your rev rate, and where your axis point is located relative to the pin on a bowling ball, so you can select the right ball, select a reasonable or sensible layout pattern, and be successful on the lanes. Well, we hope these tips help. And while you're here, check out our menu of wonderful products we have to offer with great sale prices. If you find something you like, just use the easy-to-order online instructions. Our store's always open, and thank you for visiting bowlingball.com.